Hello there, weebs and non-weebs of all ages. If you are new to watching romance anime, then this video is your perfect starting point. If you've been watching romance anime, then this is the perfect video to find out what major shows you missed. Today, we'll be going through almost all of the romance anime tropes and settings and give you a starting guide on where to start watching romance anime if you like that particular trope. Are you ready? Alright, play the intro. High school. Who started their love life in high school? No one. Well then, you can get some experience with these anime. If you need a high school anime to start with, then I recommend Toradora. It's about an angry girl and an angry looking kind of boy who's working together to make their love interests fall for them. But guess what? They fall for each other instead. And you think, nah, that's way too happy. I want to cry like an infant. I want to spend money on heart surgery. That's fine. If you love sad endings, then you could start with Your Lie in April or Clanad, which has a sequel called Clanad After Story. Your Lie in April is about a struggling pianist meeting a violinist, while Clanad is about one guy helping with the drama club. Go to watch these anime with tissues in hand, you have been warned. But let's talk about romance anime we can relate to and categorize these anime based on the main character. Were you a geeky nerd during your high school years? Did you play too many games, watch too much anime, and want to make your own anime-like game? If you can relate to any of that, watch Saikano. It's about a guy who sees a girl on the street and then decides to make her the heroine of his new game. There's tons of nerdy stuff here and you'll learn a lot about the visual novel culture. Wait, you aren't a geek? You don't like socializing in general? Then you'll relate to Hachiman Hikagaya from Origairu. Origairu is about how Hachiman slowly opens up to the people around him while also forcing them to change along with him. He joins a club, meets two girls, there's a love triangle, and only one girl wins from the love triangle. So it sucks if you support the wrong side. Maybe you aren't antisocial. You just don't have much confidence in yourself. You have social anxiety and you have constant self-loathing. Don't worry, we can all relate to that at one point in our life. So does Tomosaki from bottom tier character Tomosaki-kun. But the popular girl of the school teaches him how to be better in this game called Life. If that's the game you want to play, you can check this out. But if you look back at your teenage years and think, man, I was so cringe back then, you can relate to the characters of Love Chunibiyu and Other Delusions. It's about a girl having 8th grade syndrome and finally finding a boy who used to have 8th grade syndrome but now thinks it was cringe. Then get some golden comedy and drama in this one. Let's say you want to socialize, what's the best solution? High school clubs. If you love club activity, then you could start with Kokoro Connect. It's about members of a club working together to cure a disease where they mysteriously switch bodies. It's wholesome, it's funny, and Inaban is the best girl, and that's a fact. But if you need less mystery, more comedy, and more clubs, then watch Gamers, an anime about high schoolers playing games. Or is it? Actually, it's less about games and more about misunderstandings, but you'll love it. Now let's talk about dating. If you dated in high school, then you'll find the most relatable anime, Horimiya. It does a good job of establishing the chemistry between the main couple and showing the problems you get while you're in a relationship. But what if you don't want just one girl? What if you want them all, like Thanos did? Then you can either choose an anime where the main character meets tons of girls and picks one, or he just goes for the all-in-one route. If you like one from all, then you can start with Nisekoi. It's about two children from a rival gang falling in love with each other. But the guy in here has also made a promise to marry his childhood friend, whom he doesn't remember. Why can't he remember? I don't know, ask the author. But if you're tired of stuff like that, then Quintessential Quintuplets is the show for you. It's about one boy deciding to tutor 5 quintuplets, and all 5 of them fall in love with him, but he only chooses one in the end. But then you scream like Aaron, no, I don't want that! You want to choose all of them! Then watch Bokuben. Once again, it's about a guy tutoring girls, but this time he chooses all of them. Even the teacher. Don't ask me why. But what if you don't want an unrealistic dating experience? What if you want the opposite? Dating turned into a golden comedy. Then you can watch Kaguya-sama. It takes 2 seasons for the couple to start dating, but the first 2 seasons show how hard it is for the couple to confess to each other. It's a game of love, a game of confession, and you'll be guessing who's going to win. Oh, and Ishigami is the best character. But what if you don't like anime series? What if you want a movie movie so you can get a taste of what romance anime looks like. Then I recommend I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, which isn't about cannibalism, but about a girl with a terminal disease. Once again, tissues are recommended. You can also watch Tamako Love Story, but to watch it, you'll need to watch the first 2 seasons of Tamako Market, but those 2 seasons don't have much romance in it compared to the movie. But if you are a girl and you're looking for some shouju anime that is specifically for girls, you can start with My Little Monster. It's about a girl who thinks studying is everything until a guy comes and teaches her otherwise. Or if you need a lonely girl who finds love, you can start with Kimi ni Todoke, which follows the same style but has more wholesome romance. University. Enough of high school, what about university? Who needs some college love? You can start off with Golden Time, which is written by the same author of Toradora and involves a guy with amnesia. But if you love music, I can recommend Nodame Cantabile, where the 2 characters attend music school. Once again, it involves a pianist and violinist, but don't worry, it doesn't end with you clutching your heart. What if you need more comedy? Then you start with Science Fell in Love, which is about 2 researchers in a university trying to figure out the formula for love. You don't need to study your chemistry textbook to watch this anime, so if you want tons of comedy and a funny couple, this is the show for you. Do you need something wholesome? Then Honey and Clover is your wholesome college anime. It involves 3 guys and 1 girl, so it's a which boy do you pick kind of anime, but it gives you a lot of wholesome vibes. Middle school. For my 12-year-old bros who attend middle school and are trying to find love, you've come to the right place. But unlike high school anime, I can recommend you only one great starter show, which is Teasing Master Takagi-san. It's about a teasing girl and boy who tries to tease back. Now, this doesn't mean you should find a girl who likes to tease you, but it will give you a wholesome middle school love story. Workplace. Are you a working adult? Don't worry, I got romance anime for you too. You can start off with Wotokoi. It's about 2 office workers who love the otaku culture and then decide to date to see how it goes. They even start dating from the first episode itself. But on the controversial side, we have Higihiro, an anime about an office worker finding a high school girl. But rather than romance, this anime is about the guy helping the girl turn her life around. They start to date after the girl graduates from high school though. Fantasy. When it comes to fantasy romance anime, the first question you should ask is, what aspect of fantasy do I enjoy? Do you like low fantasy settings that happens in the modern world but with some supernaturalism? Then Fruits Basket is the romance anime you should watch. It's about Toru Honda who lives in a house where people turn into animals. Trust me, the show does much justice to the concept compared to the way I said it. Wait, you don't like animals? How about demons? Then the show for you is High School DxD, but I'm sure everyone knows the plot of it by now. But what about fans who want to dive into a full fantasy series? If you love some nitty-gritty action with an epic romance that involves 2 warrior clans, then I can recommend nothing better than Basilisk. It's old, it's gold, and the central story is about the children of 2 rival clans falling in love. If you don't want nitty-gritty action and want a slice-of-life adventure, you can watch Spice and Wolf, a show about a merchant meeting a wolf deity and deciding to travel around the world with her. It's got economics, folklore, and a nice budding romance between the main couple. If you're a fan of our good old Isekai anime series, then you could start off with Sword Art Online, which is about a group of people getting trapped in a game and the main character isn't a vegetable. But since Sword Art Online is pretty controversial, you could start with Familiar of Zero, a girl about a guy getting summoned into a fantasy world by a very, very, very angry girl with family issues. But most of these fantasy anime have male leads. What if you want a female lead? Once again, you can be divided on what you want. If you want a story where the female lead gradually grows strong, then the best I can recommend is Yona of the Dawn. It's about a princess who is betrayed and needs to come to terms with the betrayal, then take her kingdom back. It has a nice story about the princess going from a naive teenager to a great leader. If you need a story where the female lead is a genius, then watch Record of Grand Crest War. It's a nice fantasy adventure about Seleucia Milites, a girl trying to save the world from chaos with a soldier named Theo. And by chaos, I mean literal chaos. If you need the laid-back female lead with some nice slice-of-life adventure, go watch Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent. It's about a girl becoming a saint and finding love along the way. There's no hardcore action in here, just some saint and love. Action. Do you want action to be the main focus just like romance? Once again, what type of action do you need with your romance? Do you need giant robots trying to kill each other while one guy falls in love with a girl who's obsessed with him? Then watch Darling in the Franxx. It's got some great action, a great main girl, and a great backstory, which is slowly revealed in the coming arcs. If you need something with more drama and philosophy, then watch Garden of Sinners. It's a set of 7 movies that involves a girl named Shiki investigating paranormal activities happening around town. The romance comes to light in the last movie, but till then, you get ghosts, paranormal activities, mages, mysteries, and one badass female female character. A great part of action comes in the survival genre, and if you want survival, you could start off with Mirai Nikki. This time, the person who wins the mysterious game can be the next god of the world. Isn't that nice? Not really, because in the middle of the game, this crazy game comes along and starts to help our main character. And trust me, when I say crazy, I actually mean it. The girl I want to date is... Now, for those who judge which romance anime to pick on based on the girl, then I have some starting points for you too. Do you want the nice and popular girl to fall in love with the shy boy? Then wait no more. Go watch My Dress Up Darling, which is about Gojo. No, not that Gojo. This guy is a costume designer, and when he sees the school's most popular girl loves to cosplay, they strike an alliance. Do you want a kind and wholesome girl? Then Mahiru from Angel Next Door will fit right in. She's kind, she's perfect, and you'll never find a girl like her in real life. So at least watch the anime and get that experience. Do you want the very angry Tsundere who hates you first then falls in love with you next? Then this maid from Maid-sama is the girl you're searching for. She isn't actually a maid, she's the student council president, but when one guy sees she's a maid, he starts to visit her often and they fall in love. Wait, you're aiming higher? Do you want to date a princess? Then watch Tada Never Falls in Love. This anime is about a photographer falling in love with a princess whom he photographed. So if you aim for a princess, take pictures of every girl you see on the street. You'll either get slapped in the face or get to date a princess. Now, you cultured folk who aim for their teacher, we got that in anime too. Why the Hell Are You Here, Teacher is about a group of students falling in love with their teachers. Rather than the romance, this one focuses on the comedy. We finally get to the childhood friend trope. Most romance anime just kicks the childhood friend out the door as soon as the main girl lands, but Osamake does it differently. Here, the childhood friend plots revenge with the main character to take down the girl who rejected the main character. That's a plot twist in the premise itself. And for you weird folk who thought of dating their stepsister, start with Domestic Girlfriend. It has both the teacher, the sister, the friend, the girl you accidentally slept with. I think this show has pretty much every trope squeezed into it. But don't stop with the anime, read the manga. That's where the story actually starts to shine. You're tired of living. Now, for you folk who are tired of living, thinking your entire existence is a joke, and think you need some romance anime that'll mess up your mind so hard you'll spend a whole week in your bed refusing to look at knives, then you can start your romance journey with School Days. Seriously, this is such a wholesome romance anime with so many wholesome scenes and such a wholesome main character and a wholesome main girl. So who's up for a boat ride?